motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
Yo, what's goody? We're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, for another week of shit. This week I will be strictly just doing comics. I think I definitely said I was doing like a chainsaw review. Excuse the back. I had a long weekend, so there's a lot of shit on my bed. Anyways, I said I was doing gonna do Chainsaw and comics, but I have one more episode of Chainsaw to watch. Again, I just had a busy weekend, so couldn't really watch it. So I'll do probably a separate Chainsaw review, post it either Wednesday or Thursday. So yeah, that's that. But this is your Monday weekly comic review. This week I have a short pickup. I think I only have 4 issues this week. I have 4 issues. We're gonna get to it. This pod is probably gonna be shorter than the last. I'm gonna talk about some other stuff at the end, just like general stuff about things that I want to do. So, first issue of this week. End of the Spider-Verse Part 2. This new Spider-Man. This is it. By Dan Slott, right? This guy is running this shit into the ground. The first issue was okay. This second issue was giving it like a 6 out of 10. Nice little 6 out of 10. That was the bottom. The next issue, Fantastic Four, was good. It was okay for first issue coming back, the FF coming back, but this Alex Ross cover is so beautiful. This Alex Ross cover, it just looks phenomenal. This issue, it was good. It was decent, and wow, 7 out of 10. Now we're getting to the good stuff. My boy Williamson, issue 2 of The Dark Ride by Image Comics. It's not Marvel or DC. Image doing this. It's like what if Stephen King, the horror king himself, what if he started doing just like amusement parks and merch and all this stuff, and like his son was like basically the next in line was running the company basically, but evil shit starts to now happen. That's what this is. The writing was really good, so I'm like reading this first issue, I'm like, okay, this is good. That last page, I'm like, okay, this is nefarious, this is evil, this is dark, we're going down a dark ride. I gave this one an 7.58, pushing 8. It was really good. Issue 1 was good enough to have me pick up the second one. But yeah, this one was this Dark Ride. Issue 2, you getting an 8. Now, for the pick of the week, my pick of the week, it's like it's a special event. A Spider-Man, The Lost Hunt, Craven, and Spidey are at it again, but I thought it was just like Craven the Hunter. He's gonna be in it. He's definitely in it. But it starts off different. It's like a different hunter coming after Spidey, and it's a different. I wouldn't say different version of Peter Parker. It is Peter, but it's Peter struggling. In this universe, Peter has no abilities, none. His abilities are gone for a minute now. Him and Mary Jane are married. She's pregnant. She's a teacher. He's I think a substitute teacher. But now Peter he's getting overwhelmed. He's having these adrenaline rushes and anxiety of wanting to save people. So he'll go out like late in the night and start jumping off rooftops. In the first few pages, he's like running, jumps off a rooftop to leap onto another one, barely makes it, grabs it by one hand, almost died, and he goes back into bed with Mary Jane. And Mary Jane's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Basically tells her, this is what I'm feeling, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you gotta cut the shit. So he agrees to cut the shit, but he slowly starts to lose his mind, but not really lose his mind. Mary Jane doesn't think she's going crazy, because there's like this entity that's like calling for him, right? It's a spider. It's like an entity that's calling for him, saying that I've been with you since the beginning, since the bite, since he was 15 years old. And while this is happening, this new hunter that looks up to Craven the hunter, this new hunter is just like, he wants him. He was like, you killed my protege, blah blah. I'm gonna come for you, but I'm gonna weaken you mentally and then come for you. And while all this is happening, this is different. I love this issue because you get to see things through the perspective of Mary Jane and her talking in her head how she feels about Peter. We don't really get that a lot, so I really enjoy that we got to see how she feels about him, because how Peter kind of like brushes her off, or tells any other woman, you would think, wow, he's a asshole, blah blah blah. And if they didn't show dialogue of her talking in her head, you would think that Mary Jane is just like sad and everything. She is sad, but she's so in love with Peter. She's like, I know I got to give him space. He's Peter. He's always going to come and tell me. Just got to let him breathe. What happens? She lets him breathe. And even he spazzes on her, because she like basically kind of suggests you should see a psychiatrist or whatever. He goes, I'm not crazy. He yells in her face. And she's about to walk away. He apologized and everything. But again, it goes back in her head. She understands. She knows that this isn't him, that something's wrong. And it kind of ends with like Peter losing his shit, thinking he's about to fight this spider demon thing, and all the villains are going to come after him. And he thought that he became Spider-Man again. But then, no, he just snapped back into reality. But it's, again, the hunter is like, I don't know if he's shooting him with like some type of hallucinogen, but it was interesting, to say the least. It was an interesting issue. I love the dialogue between him and MJ. It flowed so well. Them as a couple, I would always ship them. Like Peter will in canon, like the main storyline right now, he can have like other females and stuff. They're not together, but in this special event, I think they just go so well together. And yeah, that is my pick of the week. Spider the Last Hunt. I'll give it an 8.5. 8.5. This was a short pickup. Next week, we're doing a few more. Next week, actually, I can tell you what I'm getting next week. Next week, Revolvers, issue 2, Batman, One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze. It's a one-shot. Nightwing, number 98. Pretty, I like the last one. The cover looks dope. And a number 1 issue, I Hate Fairyland, volume 2, but number 1. Hope that might be good. I've heard good things. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are my picks of the week. And that was my pick of the week. Well, these were my pickup. This is my week's pickup. That was my pick. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, on to the next details instead of business. So the podcast, people have been asking me to review movies. Like Wakanda Forever just came out. People want me to review that. I have no intention of seeing that movie until it's on Disney Plus. And that's the thing. People are like, oh, but clickbait. I get it. I could take the clickbait. I could get so many views just by like hashtagging it, but I kind of don't care for it. Just like I didn't care for She-Hulk when people were asking me to do that as well. I'm not here to just hitch out. Like, I can do fan service, but MCU fan service, I'm not really feeling it. Probably not this year, but in January, I'm going to hit up some people. Might have like guests on the show. I'm gonna like do like podcasts, talking like how I did when I was first doing it. Like I had my best friend Diamond on here. I was trying to get other people, and then COVID happened, and the podcast went away for a while, and now we're back though. But talk about different things again. Trying to keep it to like reviewing and talking about like certain topics. Not trying to go into anything political. Not happening unless something huge. Trying to go anything political. Probably just keep it a pop culture. People told me to like rate music and stuff. I might do that. But yeah, hopefully we can get all that stuff going with different people on here, because it'll be great to see different interactions, and it's good for networking and stuff like that. People also hit me up about doing different things for filmmaking. I had a few people hit me up wanting to be in some of my films. I haven't even really put out anything for casting because I'm working on some stuff, but full production for some of that stuff is next year, because this year it was focused on me mentally and financially building myself back up. So more filming stuff. Everybody who wants to see more film stuff, wants to be a part of some things while I'm filmmaking, I'll write back to you, but it won't be anything serious until like January, February, where I'm gonna start rolling the ball. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about. Next week, I will be doing a double. It will be comics and another show or movie. I think the movie might be Enola Holmes too, because I actually quite enjoyed it. If not, if you have a different movie, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, and I can do whatever movie, show. I'll try to get as much. If people really want to see different things, I'll try to get as much as I can. If it's a show, it's going to be hard because it's a series. It's hard. But if it's a movie, I can watch a movie, then boom, right? Take some notes while watching it, and then I can hit us with like a review or something. Trailers. As soon as trailers drop, I'm gonna have to like hold in and not watching them and watch them later. But yeah, also I might be doing a review also next week of some game stuff. Modern Warfare 2. I'm reviewing Modern Warfare 2. In December, I'm doing a God of War review. So yeah, gaming is also still a huge part of Batsy TV. Yeah, Flex Gang, we're still in here. Yeah. But yeah, that's all the stuff, and that is the shit of fucking deuces.
Catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.